Everyone, greetings for the day. Welcome back to the tutorial on ISTQB Agile certification. And in today's tutorial, we're moving and continuing with the last topic on 3.1, that is role of a tester. And should not be confusing with exactly what we say role of tester in every single topic, every single chapter. So there is one topic which generally talks about the responsibility of the tester, or maybe the role of a tester when it comes to different perspectives in the agile. So this is from the point of the techniques and contribution to the team, or contribution to the whole team approach, which generally takes care as a part of it. So let's continue further. We have something more to be discussed here, that is the teamwork. Very first thing to contribute in teamwork is to start with the cross-functional. So these are some basic terminologies which you need to take care of when you talk about teamwork. For example, cross-functional, where it is not only the responsibility of the test team to work on the test process. It's also like everyone contribution in terms of developer, a business representative combined together with tester to do the test planning, strategy, specification, execution, and evaluation. On the other side, we also have self-organizing, which generally means that the developers would be the common part of the agile team, but it's not limited to them. You can also have one or more testers involved as a part of the test team or the entire team. Co-located, yes, it is very mandatory for the team to be together at the same point, same premises. It's not recommended for the agile team to be distributed among different geo locations. Collaborative, the team need to have a good collaboration between them and have a good proper communication to avoid any kind of barrier between the team members. Further continuation on that, we have empowered. The team is empowered in terms of having a good collaboration again, and will not have any kind of supervision on terms of like having a boss or director to control them. It's just that the team has the control over taking the decisions, and they should be having self-responsible for all the activities. They must be committed towards their work, and it's not that again like somebody has to come up and tell you that what would be your roles and responsibility today. Rather, you should be knowing that what things are pending and what is that I can do to complete the iteration. Transparent, the team must be having a visible board rather, which we use, as you know already about Kanban board, which would help to have the transparency about the activities going on within the project. So we don't hide up anything, rather we put it up on the board, which is common for everyone. Credible, yes, exactly. The people take the responsibilities in terms of that. The credibility of the strategy for testing will be a tester's responsibility. So make sure that we know what our responsibilities are, how we can contribute well to the overall process, and do not wait for anybody else to, come and remind you, or rather, no, it's not my job, let somebody else do it. So you don't practice those kind of things as a part of Agile. Open to feedback. People, when they respond and come back to you saying that, okay, these things are not working fine, why don't you just fix it up? Doesn't mean that you feel offended or egoistic on the same. Rather, you have open mind towards accepting the feedbacks, because it's all about collecting feedback to improvise your work and make it more, to the point, or meeting the acceptance criteria. Resilient, yes, testing must be able to respond to change like all other activities in Agile project. So these are some terms which you need to really take care of and consider them from the point of Agile and tester's responsibility. Further, there's something called as sprint zero, which happens all of the beginning in the very first iteration before really the first sprint can begin. We call it as sprint zero, where we just do some kind of housekeeping work which is required to be done before you can get into the real sprints. And these are the tasks which can be called as a part of the sprint zero. Let's have a look what we have quickly. Identify the scope of the project, like what you're supposed to do. Create an initial system architecture and high-level prototypes. Plan, acquire, and install needed tools. It's just like prerequisites and getting ready for starting with your iterations. Create an initial test strategy for all the levels, which will be customized as you move on with the execution. Perform an initial quick risk analysis, that what is the qualities which we will be targeting on. Define test matrices for measurement and control. Specify the definition of done, that when you think that your work will be considered as done, until unless like you keep on doing the work. Create the task board, which is to showcase what activities are happening and what's their status on. and define when to contribute or continue or stop testing before delivering the system to the customer. So generally this is what when we talk about the sprint zero is, where it is considered to be executed as the very first thing before you get into the real sprints in agile methodology. Integration, of course, we continuously talk about continuous integration on the overall project. So every time there's something new which is being added, and of course, in terms of testing, also integration is very important. Where like what you have done before and what you're going to talk about. So there must be unique strategy for each thing, that how these sprints will be coordinating with each other. So we talk about sprint 1, sprint 2, and sprint 3, and so on. So there are a lot of strategy which is being created, and the tester need to contribute to the same to have a good and beneficial strategies which can be helpful for the entire project together. So it is really important for the testers to understand the dependencies and important aspects of the overall project, so that other things can be aligned according to that. Test planning, of course, the test planning is another aspect which is a tester responsibility in terms of determining the overall plan of testing, that how it will be performed, what activities will be performing, and what else not. And then if you compare it to traditional approach, then really it is a responsibility of the test manager, but as you don't have one here, you can perform it as a tester here. On the other side, you have to make sure that the activities are aligned as per those of development activities. So it is pretty important for you to take care of a lot of contributions and association with the other works. And it's always that you finish the previous work before you get into the new one. Agile testing practices, at the end we have something important to discuss, that is what are the main common practices to be followed. Pairing two team members, we generally have two people working together, generally a tester and developer, or two testers or two developers working together, maybe a tester and product owner, because we need continuous feedback on what we are doing. Because if we go wrong with testing and we don't take inputs, then it's difficult to understand that are we going on the right path or not, and then you have surprises at the end of the day. Incremental test design, the test cases and the charters are gradually built from user stories and the other test bases, starting with simple test and moving towards more complex one. So it's just like there's a sequence determined which you follow throughout the test design process, and mind mapping is always there, where generally you can use it to have a discussion between the team members, and where you can involve people to identify what new can be done or what else can be done, what we have done so far, and what more can be added to make it more quality one. So team, that's all from here in this tutorial. I know this is going to be a little lengthy, so this is what we had in this particular topic, but I didn't want it to break and make it very small. Rather, I considered it together. So no more wasting of time. Thank you for watching the video. In case you have any query, please put it in the comment below. I'll be there to assist you. Should you have anything else, stay tuned for upcoming tutorials, because we'll be having a lot of queries resolved in the upcoming tutorial by having the other topics. So thanks for watching the video, team. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep understanding. Happy learning.